Faculty Podcast.
Welcome to the Noble Faculty Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Noble Faculty Podcast. I am your host, Toba. I hope you've all enjoyed our podcast so far. Thank you very much for the support. And as always, we're always telling everybody to aspire, act, and achieve. We're here to motivate, inspire. We are noble and we are awesome. Now, today I have two very special guests with me. I am honored to have these guys. In fact, I feel like I should say I got a buy one, get one free. Because I asked one person and then by surprise, I got the other person. So in the studio with me today, I have a very good friend. I've known him for quite a while. His name is, can we do government name? No government name. Okay. So I have, should I say, brand management extraordinaire from Nigeria, a top consultant in the industry, Mr. Bizzle. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Good to be here, man.
And accompanying Bizzle is a talent from Nigeria. I'm telling you, this guy is so fresh. He is the epitome of fresh. I'm not even lying. Like, I don't even know how to say, like, if you see his hairstyle right now, his hairstyle is fresh. His smile is cool. Like, I can't bring this guy around my sisters because I don't know what's going to happen.
Don't.
No, you don't need to tell me twice. I've got Mr. Oxlade in the studio with me today as well.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you very much for coming. Yeah. Now, the story we were talking earlier on and said, look, we all go through these struggles, be it mental health, emotional, or even just trying to get your career up and running. And that can be a very, very difficult thing to do. So, Bizzle, I knew you from school.
Yep.
We went to school together, funny enough. People don't know in Nigeria. And then you came here to do your master's. You completed your master's. I believe you did it in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Right. So, what then made you, after completing master's, what made you go back home?
I mean, for me, the reason why I went back to Nigeria was I've always wanted to be in the music industry. You know, when I left England, I went to America for 2 years, you know, and I just couldn't get into the industry properly. So I went back to Nigeria and I got into the industry. You know, I got a job from a record label called Storm Records. That was one of the biggest record labels in Nigeria. You know, so I got a job from them. You know, they just liked what I was doing with social media, and you know, they just like, look, yeah, come to Nigeria, come work with us. I mean, we see you as someone that knows the future, and you're good with this social media thing. Come work with us. And then also was a road manager for Nature C.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I moved back to Nigeria. I was working with Storm. I worked with them for a year. I helped them, you know, all the artists build their social media platforms to a level. Then it was just MySpace and Twitter before Instagram came. So I helped, you know, Facebook as well, helped them build it to a level. Then I left them to work with Mohit.
Yes.
The bands and Don
Most
Jazzy.
people know you from the Mohit days.
Yeah, most people know me from the Mohit days. A lot of people, only the real people knew me from the Storm days. But like most people knew me from Mohit days, and a lot of people didn't know what I was doing with Mohit. They just thought I used to go around with them.
Yeah,
you know. But when I was in Mohit, I was also helping them with, like, you know, digital marketing, and that was when I started fine tuning my ears to become an ear now, you know, and learning music, learning what kind of music works, learning how to make hit records, because I would stay in the studio with Don Jazzy, you know, and watch the process of him making music.
Right.
You know, so, and that's how I got into being an A now. Then, you know, worked with Mohit to the level when they broke up. And then they both went Don Jazzy and the bands went their separate ways. Don Jazzy started Maven Records. I worked with Maven Records at the A&R. I worked with them for 2 years or 3 years, I believe, before I left to, you know, start off my own company that I run now, which is called The Plug Entertainment.
Yes, the plug. You know what? Plug your company properly, please. Like, this is your platform, man. Plug it.
So yeah, The Plug is it's a management company, management, music distribution, publishing, and we also do events. We host one of the biggest events in Lagos right now for the youth. It's called the Block Party,
Okay.
which is like every last Sunday of the month. We see at least 4,000 to 5,000 people at our events.
Every last
Yeah,
Sunday.
every last Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing big things.
Yeah, I mean we're trying. Can't complain. We also manage one of the biggest artists out of Africa. His name is Davido. Yeah.
I think everybody that listens to this podcast knows Davido.
Yeah, and we manage Maya Kun, manage Peruzzi, manage someone called Jimmy Abdul's, and then we manage two DJs called Smalls the DJ and DJ Wayne.
Okay.
Then on the music distribution side, we have a whole lot of people on our roster that we distribute for. And then on the A&R side, where we develop talents, one of the talents we develop is Oxlade, who's here in the studio. And there's another artist we're working in development as well. Her name is Bemi Soul. She's based out of New York. And there's another artist as well in Nigeria. His name is Eli. We're also working with him on the development side. So, yeah.
So, in short, you are busy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bizzle is busy.
Yeah. I was telling someone the other day, I can't remember when last I had a proper holiday. I mean, the only time I have holidays is when I travel, but I don't really classify as holiday because I'm still working.
Yeah.
So, you just try to make sure you catch 1 or 2 days, or catch some nice pictures for the gram so people don't, see everything going on.
And in fact, I'm so glad you mentioned working here, because from what you've said, after your master's, you've been working to the point where you took a risk. You went to New York.
I mean, there are downtimes though, obviously. But when I left Maven, before I formed my company, it was a downtime for me.
Yeah.
I left Maven in a bad way. We had a misunderstanding, so I left, and I left the company with no plans. I didn't know what to do. So which kind of drove me to a dark side.
Right.
This is something I haven't really shared with a lot of people, but, drove me to a dark side. I was, depressed for a while. I left Nigeria, went to New York. A lot of people will say, oh, yeah, you're depressed, but you're going to New York. Look, you don't understand. Mental health doesn't have anything to do with where you're going or not.
It's true, though.
I went to New York to try and clear my head and, try and re-strategize and figure out my life out. I took my last savings, went out there. There was ups and downs in that period. It was one of the best summers of my life because I learned a lot. I bonded with a lot of people, but also I was going through a lot of downtimes. I was also staying with my friend in New York who was also depressed. So imagine 2 depressed people in the house. The whole house will be dark. We'll shut the blinds out. We'll be listening to sad music, like depressing music, all those suicidal type of music. But, I didn't let that weigh me down because I give glory to God because I'm a Muslim. And in that period, I just, started praying more 5 times daily.
Mm-hmm.
I started reading my Quran. I also read the Bible then. I was just like, look, I didn't have any choice. I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have a job, nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do next. So I just felt like, look, me getting closer to God will give me directions. And kid you not, so my business partner right now, whose name is Asa.
And that's Asa Asika.
Asa Asika.
Good. Okay.
So he came to New York as well. And, we had a meeting with one of Jay-Z's cousins. His name is B.I.
Okay.
And at the Rock Nation office. And he said to us, look, you guys pretty much know all the guys in the industry in Africa. You guys are the plugs. You guys need to, set up a company together and change the game. And that's when we said to ourselves, oh, that's a beautiful name, The Plug. And then, Asa went back to Nigeria. We registered a company. A month later or so, I went back to Nigeria as well. I cleared my head. And we started to just start building the company slowly here and there. looking for money to just be able to. We didn't want to take. We first did a business plan. We're trying to see if we could get, investments from people to help us start the company off. But we didn't really get any investment. So we said to ourselves, look, we're just gonna start this thing off with any little money that we have in our account. We're just gonna keep going. So we started a company. We hired staff. Even though we didn't have an office, we had staff to work with us, and just slowly started. We built the website, started to do little things here and there, little gigs, making small change here and there. Then Davido just reached out to us saying, because Asa, my partner, was Davido's first manager when he
Yeah.
started music.
That's right.
So David reached out to Asa saying, look, man, I just fell out with my management. I would love to work with you guys and see how we can, get to the next level. Asa wasn't sure about it, so I told Asa spoke to me. I said to him, pray about it, if you feel like it's meant to happen, it'll happen. So Asa, prayed about it. Next thing he came to me, yeah, it's time to happen. We gave David a contract, we put out the news out there. The news went viral. Everyone was like, Davido signs to the plug. And, shortly after, Davido had the big hit, If, which was a global hit, which was part of things that changed his life to this level where he's at now. And that's from there, the journey just began, and, company just started growing. Thanks to Almighty Allah, everything just started aligning. And, since then, we've been going strong. I mean, there's been downtimes. Every business has downtimes, but alhamdulillah, we're still keeping strong. And, yeah, we're pushing.
Your story, and we're going to get to, because you've mentioned Davido, which I guess is your flagship artist as such, but we're going to get to how you came across Oxlade and the relationship with, or between Oxlade and the plug. But you've mentioned some things that, like quite a lot of things in that one introduction to the topic. You've been working hard, right? But you worked hard. You didn't have a contingency plan, it sounds like, especially when you moved from Storm to Mo Hits, from Mo Hits to Maven, and after Maven, Wagwan. So would you say at every step, no matter what you do, always have a plan?
Yes, exactly. Like I said to everyone right now, I always have a plan. Because then I had no plan. I was just working. I was just, I didn't, even during that time, there was one time when I used to do, I was a promoter for a club in Nigeria, 57. Okay. Everybody knew me at 57. Even Olamide sang a song saying, when go party at 57 with Bizzle.
Yeah. I remember that line.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody knew me. Even when I was 57, I was making so much money, but I had no plan. I had no savings with the money. I just felt like, look, let me live on the edge. Let me live life to the full. And that's why I feel like what made me depressed and what broke me down, made me break down, because I felt I had no plan. I was living for the moment and living for right now. I wasn't thinking of, there's going to be a future.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake that a lot of people make, which is why a lot of people go into depression and downtimes, because everyone lives for now. Everyone doesn't you don't plan for the future. Everyone's planning for now and right now. And then if anything happens now, you're gone. When you hear people, he was let go from his job, and now he got depressed and he ran mad. That's because he was just working there and there and saving for then.
Yeah.
He wasn't keeping money aside for the future. He didn't have a side business. He didn't have a side hustle.
Yeah.
I say to people, everyone used to think it was only in Nigeria that you could survive on one stream of income. I said, look, everywhere in the world, you can't survive on one stream of income. You have to have something else that brings the money that you want to do. Holiday, you want to do this, you want to buy a new car, you want to treat yourself. You have to. If you survive only on the money you make from your job, it's not enough.
That's true.
So you must always have side, extra source of income from somewhere, or invest the money you're making. Take some sort of your salary, invest, get a property, pay mortgage or something, or buy shares, or invest in a business, or find places where you can put money in that will double. Because you need to realize the money you're making from your salary is never enough for you.
Right.
Or even if you have a business, it's never enough for you. because you're not saving. I believe everyone should have a saving where you don't touch. Like, this is for the future.
Yeah.
And even when that future comes, that saving, if you start to spend it, there's also some way that saving can yield some interest.
Yeah.
Or else you just realize that, look, you're working for now
And yeah, we'll talk about faith playing a part in you getting out of what I'll call the funk when you were feeling low and feeling depressed and when you were in New York. And then the opportunity of meeting, well, in fact, we'll go into opportunity now. So you talked about when you got to New York, you met Asa, went to Rock Nation offices, and they said, look, you guys, you could have easily have signed with them, but they were like, nah, you know what? You guys already know people, you know the business. You're going to set your own company up. So I want to know how the opportunity to work with Oxlade came about.
So with Oxlade, it's funny. Like, I heard a song, and one of the guys in my office said to me, "Oh, why don't we sign this? Why don't we manage Oxlade?"
Okay.
There was a song with him and Fireboy was singing.
All right, that was the one I was. In fact, I was literally playing.
Yeah, before we came in. So someone said to me, "Why don't we manage Oxlade?" And I said to them, "Invite him to the office." And even before that, yeah. Before we invited him to the office,
Yeah.
someone told me about him. So I said, "Okay, you know what? We'll invite him to the office, but not yet."
Okay.
And then a song dropped with some guy called Black Bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Oxlade was on the hook. The song's called Mami Water.
I've not heard that one.
Yeah.
I need to go and do more
so
research.
The song is called Mami Water.
Right.
So Oxlade was on the hook of that song. And when I heard that song, I said, yeah, this kid is special.
Right.
And then someone said, let's manage Black Bones.
Oh, okay.
And let's manage Oxlade. So I said, okay, you know what, invite both of them. They invited Black Bones first. I liked his energy and everything, but I felt he was too ambitious.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with being ambitious, but it was too early in the stage. I felt like he needed more development before he got to the level where he was talking about things. He wanted, like, when I met him, he was talking about doing the big concerts and things like that, because he had just dropped an EP.
Right.
And he was already talking about doing a big concert and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, things don't work that way. You have to first develop yourself and get to a level, build a fan base, get to a level where, look, everything's on point. And by the time you know that you're announcing even if it's a 100 capacity show, people will roll out in mass.
May I rephrase, or how I understood that is, in essence, business-wise, his ambition was not aligned with your objectives, in essence, because, and then, so in essence, you didn't sign him because it's like, what you want, we can't deliver in the time frame that you want us to deliver it. So it wasn't a personal thing, it wasn't beef, so to speak.
No beef at all, definitely. I like him. I listen to him a lot.
Exactly, but it was just, at that time, you acknowledged you couldn't do business.
Yep.
However, you did acknowledge you could do business with Mr. Oxlade. Now, Oxlade, coming to you, it sounds like you've already been hustling before you even met Bizzle. You've already had 2 songs. You had Sing and you had Mami Water with Black.
Oh, yeah, Black Bones. No, you had more songs.
I had 5 songs.
You had 5 songs.
Yeah.
Wait, you had 5 songs before you had management.
Yes.
That is crazy hustle. That is crazy hustle. And you funded all that.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily fun. I have like guys I roll with.
Yeah.
And I made sure that people I actually roll with have like value to add to my life.
Wow.
For example, my best friend is a cinematographer.
Okay.
Person I stay with is a producer. So I got everything I need as an artist.
Wow. You see, I'm sorry. He's dropped the first dime on this place. He's aligned himself with the right people that would add value. You said it.
Yeah.
They add value to your life.
We were going to help each other, actually.
Yeah.
So if you shoot my video for me, aside from the fact that you're my best friend, the more I grow, the more you grow. Same as the producer. If you make me a beat and I jump on it, we're definitely going to rub off each other's energy.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So, God helped me because
Yeah.
it wasn't like I knew who I wanted to roll with.
Okay.
God helped me to actually find the right path.
And then, in addition to what you're saying, what I'm also getting is what I'm also getting from that is you. So you had people who add value to you, but then it's not like you just want to take from people.
Yeah,
It's like I'm taking this from you, but I'm giving this
yeah.
back.
Take my energy and take yours. It's more like, okay, it was really rough before I got that team set out, but like, I mean, that was how it started to make sense.
Wow.
Do you understand? That's how I started to make sense because I know I used to go to YouTube to download free beats and beg producers to work with me, and I also used to wish I went to Project Fame, which I never later went to. I
Okay.
used to wish I auditioned there.
Yeah.
So something used to happen during the auditioning. Probably I don't know the time it is meant to happen. And
So
stuff.
you never auditioned for Project Fame.
I never auditioned for anything.
Wow. So let me get this right as well, because you've mentioned you see Bizzle. I don't know if this guy is just that talented or you've trained him well. He just dropped another dime. You said you were going and downloading beats and begging producers to do beats and stuff. So in essence, you were knocking on doors, but people were closing those doors on you.
Yeah.
You know
But
something funny? He said he used to send me messages. I never answered.
I
him.
used to add, like, I used to mention him on
Really?
every of my those 5 songs. I did like 10 skits on Instagram,
Yeah.
like covers to people's songs,
yeah.
and I would always mention him. When I wanted to open Twitter, I asked a friend of mine, who are the people that I have to follow on
Okay.
Twitter? And the first person he mentioned was Bizzle
Bizzle.
Osikoya, then Ovie. That is not just Ovie.
Yes. Okay.
And to be very honest, I mean, I don't know how he knew that or how he felt like Bizzle was going to help me, but he said I should keep mentioning him. If I tweeted, I just entered the house today, I should mention Bizzle. So I mentioned him to an extent, and I saw like, this guy has lots of mentions on his
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Let me just free him.
Okay.
And there's something called fate.
Yes.
What will actually be will be. Doesn't mean you should sit down and be looking and
Right.
be waiting for what will be. But like, I mean, I feel like with the right hard work, God is going to take me to the right path.
Right.
Yeah, I'm big on spiritual things.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
Bizzle, I feel like this guy's come packaged for you. How long have you guys been working together?
I don't know, like a year.
A year, roughly?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Nah, I'm sorry, he's dropping some gems like...
You know, let me tell you something funny about this. Let me tell you something funny about Oxlade. So, even when we finally came to the office, we didn't talk for long. We just said, we didn't talk for long. I just said, what's up? Hey, bad guy, nice one. Chilled. Told him to chill with everyone in the office. He chilled in the office for a bit.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I just gave him advice.
I wasn't actually comfortable talking to Bizzle.
Why?
I felt it was too big.
Nah.
I needed to talk. I
Wait,
felt,
you mean it was too fat?
no. Like, I meant like status.
I know
Like,
what you mean.
felt
I know
like,
what you mean. I'm just
what
pulling your
does
legs.
this man want to discuss with me? So the thing was, the person that links me up with him, I'll prefer talking to that person for the person to talk to Bizzle.
Bizzle.
Do you
Then you talking
understand?
to him directly.
I was actually shaking.
So he was talking to the guy that
Yeah.
worked for me, and then I left them to talk and everything, and he came back to me, and he told me, oh yeah, Oxlade said he has no management, and you know, he's just doing it on his own. He's not signed to anybody. I said, okay, good. And I told him, I just told Oxlade something. I just said to him, whatever you do, don't sign to anybody. If you trust me, I'll take you there.
Wow.
I don't know why I said that to him till today. I don't know why.
I feel
Because-
like he gave me like 5 months. We were in contact too,
Yeah.
but he actually gave me like 5 months to flex.
So wait, let me get this right. So even when you first met, you didn't do... I mean, you kind of did a verbal deal. You didn't sign anything.
Till now, there's no deal.
deal.
There's
Till
no
now,
deal.
There's no deal.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't have a deal with Oxlade.
it's
I
just
don't have nothing.
Yeah.
We don't have any paper
it's
signed.
just believe and trust.
And you see, that was going to be my next thing. Trust. In business, can you truly have trust?
Let me tell you something. The thing about it is that, look, if he fails me, I guess God said he will fail me.
Right.
But, like, I don't have any deal with him. And I just know that, I don't know why, but I just know there's something special about him. And God has aligned me to be on his path to greatness.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my transparency
Yeah.
that has actually helped us a lot. I I don't like shady people. Do you
Mm.
understand? And I wouldn't want to be shady to anybody, even someone inferior to me. Do you understand? So, me being transparent, I think there was a particular time when something was about to happen,
Yeah.
and even when I was in front of that first thing, I was still telling him. It's a thing I could have actually just accepted the deal, and I mean, he has not done anything for me. You get
Yeah.
me? But I was giving him info and update and everything, and it looked like, guy, you're telling me like it was so real. Although I was in a very intense state.
Okay.
I mean, when the thing didn't work, I almost got depressed.
Yeah.
But like, regardless, the game is the game.
So you see, this is the thing. I'm not even going to say Nigerian entertainment industry.
Okay.
Any entertainment industry is not a walk in the park,
Yeah.
right? It can be filled with a lot of, number one, it's all about money for some people. It's all about what can you do for me, and it's hard to find trust. And clearly, your story is different to Bizzle's story,
Yeah.
but it sounds like with hard work and a lot of faith, opportunities, I guess when the right opportunity came, because you're already doing what you were doing, I guess you guys just clicked. Am I right?
I feel like from the beginning,
Yeah.
if we were to be very honest, if he was doing it for, okay, fine, he could make a superstar out of me. But at the point where he started and at the pace where he was being selfless, how much do I want to make him at that point in time? What can I do for him?
Hmm.
Do you understand? I couldn't actually do it. He could make me a superstar
Yeah.
and actually gain out of it. But at that point, he was being selfless. What exactly is he gaining from me? I feel it's pure love.
And you see, you guys, one thing I've also picked up on is the level of humility you both possess personally. I mean, I know Bizzle quite a while. I don't know if you remember when I called you. Actually, you know what? I called you yesterday. I was actually in the studio. I literally came to finish up some editing. I've got some other podcasts that some other episodes that I'm going to be uploading next week. And I just called you and I said, it looks like you're in London, so let me just check. I called you and you were in London. I said, let me just try it though. And I've known Bizzle for quite a while. And I've never been able to do anything with Bizzle because I was never in the right place. But anytime I call Bizzle with an idea, Bizzle would say, look, if you want to do this idea, come back home and just make sure you used to say something to me, copyright your idea. You would always say, copyright your idea, come with the right packaging and copyright. But we're talking maybe, I've not spoken to you for maybe 5 years or something. Now, after 5 years, I called Bizzle. I said, Bizzle, I don't know if you remember me. And he said, what kind of nonsense?
I hate it too. I hate it. When my classmates from secondary school and primary school say, do you remember that girl that used to eat? I don't like it. That's so annoying. Like, do you think my brain is like a computer that forgets or flashes?
Yeah, but this is the thing. But the other thing about humility is, look, Bizzle, I'm not gonna lie. I know Bizzle's stature in the entertainment industry. I'll be lying if I said I don't know. However, I called Bizzle. He picked up. Number one, you could have ignored my call. Number two, what's up? We're okay, cool. I said, look, I have a podcast. Do you mind jumping on if you're still around? He said, look, I don't mind. Tomorrow I have a video shoot with my artist Oxlade. So if we can't do it tomorrow, we'll do it on Tuesday. Just like that. He literally made no demands. I've not even offered you guys a cup of water.
Big secret. I didn't know I was going to do anything.
You know what? I didn't know you were coming. I
Like, till now, like, as I am actually on this podcast, I didn't know I was going to do anything. He just told me, want to go meet a friend. Just stop by and,
like,
calm.
but this is how, like, for me, I've always known that's Bizzle for you from day one. Like when we hooked up again in the UK, and then you were rolling with Tunde Ednot a lot. Bizzle has always
yeah?
been the same.
I was Tunde Ednut's first manager. No.
Wow.
Yeah, from the
Tunde
UK.
notes.
From the UK. I'm talking UK.
Bizzle.
Yes.
Tunde Ednut.
You remember Club Virgo?
Yes. No.
Yeah, look, and this is the thing. He's always been the same, and for me, that says a lot. That says a lot about Bizzle. But also, it seems like, I mean, I don't know you personally, but from what you're saying, from your encounter, humility has played a very big part. And a lot of people, normally, even when you have one video out there or two videos out there, you think you're somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So, how easy is it to keep humble, especially in an industry where everything is about packaging, fame, and who you know?
I mean, you can package yourself and still remain humble.
How? Like, how do you do it? Because I'm sure, let me tell you the temptations I see. I'm not in the entertainment industry. Well, let me tell you what I see. You've got producers now wanting to kiss your behind because now you're an artist, you're popping. And also, you've now got a solid team behind you. Now that you've got videos, nobody knows whether you have money or not. Girls will probably throw themselves at you. Mm-hmm. Then you have family members who will probably now know you, who you didn't know you had before. So you see, all these temptations are there.
So there's a slim line between self-worth, knowing your self-worth, and being proud. Now, people mix it for each other.
Pause. Repeat that again. Please, I want you to... There's this... come on. Guy, Bizzle. No, this guy is... No. Go on, say
There's a
it.
slim line between knowing your self-worth and being proud. You can know that I am bad. I am one of the baddest, and not make people feel less of themselves.
Wow.
Do you understand? So, me knowing how good I am and how good I can become doesn't mean I should spite or make people feel bad. Do you understand?
Wow.
So, like, I am on a journey and I am progressing
Yeah.
and I am nowhere near where I want to be. But because I am progressing, I shouldn't make noise. It's more like less noise, more work. Do you understand? Let the work make the noise.
Let the work do the talking
yeah,
for
do
you.
you understand?
Wow.
So that's the logic. It's not like I'm trying to be humble. This is me in my like purest element. I grew up with my grandma. I lost my mom when I was 3.
Right.
So me basically.
Right.
So like
right.
it's part of me. It's part of what I am basically. And Bizzle's always reminding me, you are nothing. You've not gotten anywhere. Do you understand? I have people around me
Yeah.
that always call me back. Do you understand? Now, a normal youth that is growing would actually see it as insultive. But anytime I get cobbed, I use the word cobbed.
Yeah.
Anytime I get cobbed, I always see it as this person actually wants the best for me. Because if this person actually is just a normal person, you'll be kissing my ass and saying you're the greatest.
Yeah.
And that will not take you anywhere.
Right.
Do you understand? So I convert their energy into wanting the best for me rather than even disciplining me.
So this is interesting because I can see Bizzle saying that to anybody, I guess.
Anybody.
Right. But so in essence, you've got good people around you.
Yeah.
But then, as you said, it's one thing to have good people around you to say it to you.
Yeah.
It's another how you receive it.
Yeah.
So you've not let your ego.
Now, sometimes it might come out rude from my people, but it still boils down to me that is receiving that energy.
Yeah.
To turn it to positive energy and make it look, Ola, these guys actually want the best for you. They might come out wrong. I mean, there was one time we spoke and it almost led to like an argument. I didn't say anything. And like 5 days later, we spoke about it and I was like, Bizzle, there's a way you put out something or and I was just laughing like, oh yeah, I think I actually overdid it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's a way you can actually settle things. I mean, you can't be together and not have misunderstanding. If you guys don't have misunderstanding, that means you're fake. Do you understand?
Wow.
For a fact, even in a relationship, in a marriage, if you don't have misunderstanding, you misunderstand each other to understand each other. Do you understand?
Bizzle, I feel like this guy is preaching to me today. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I've been upset with my wife for quite a number of days now. But now I just feel like I need to humble myself.
Yeah.
Because I was being like, yeah, I'm the guy. Like, it wasn't a major thing, but I'm like, you know what, it's okay. I'm
See,
just gonna.
truth is, anything
Yeah.
that leads to progression
Yes.
and growth should not have ego in it.
Are you sure you didn't tell him about coming here tonight? Because
No.
he's just dropping
Let me tell you
some.
something. That's why I said to you that me and him working together, it was ordained by God.
Yeah.
It's not man's doing. It's not anybody's doing. I'll tell you something about him, like Oxlade. Like the blessing around him. All these features that we're doing in the UK,
Yeah.
they all want to shoot videos.
Okay.
Most people do features, they don't shoot video for months. They don't have access to shoot video. We came to UK, we applied for visa. It's first time, 2 years.
Wow.
No, first time.
Not 6 months.
Not 6 months, 2 years. First time. I haven't heard it. Everybody's like, wait, I haven't heard that in a while. Someone getting 2 years for the first time. They got to the airport. They were calling people they put on their form for that they put that this person that's hosting in the UK.
Yeah.
They were calling them. For him, they didn't call anybody. We got here. Labels are interested.
Are you saying UK labels?
UK labels are interested in him. They want to have meeting with us. We got here. I don't know if I should mention this, but yeah, a big superstar has done 2 songs with him.
Wow.
This big superstar charges at least £40,000 for a feature. He's done 2 songs with him free. So,
Wow.
like, it's just a blessing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm just doing everything for him, man. Like, and there's no contract, no nothing. It's out of love
Yeah.
because I just see it's God. It's not me that is doing it.
Yes.
You know, his ways are not our ways. Everything that's happening is God that ordained it.
Yes.
You know, and you just have to follow his instructions.
You have now come to the end of the first part of my conversation with Bizzle and Oxlade. Please check in next week to hear part 2. Thank you. We are awesome. We are noble. We are able. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. You have been put on this earth for a purpose. If you are inconsistent at something, then you are consistent. Don't waste your gift. The time is always right to do right.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Get out of the fear zone.
Villagers remind you of how far you have come and how far you need to go. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. The Noble Faculty Podcast. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast.